belong with me, and I belong with you. You belong with me, and I belong with you.
Hello, and welcome to bite number 5 of our Belonging Bite-Sized Inclusion and Belonging series. I'm Danielle Wood.
And I'm Sophie Wood. And today we're going to discuss why we haven't seen the shift that companies expected to see and what leaders need to do to foster inclusion and belonging. So Danielle, why don't you kick us off with that one?
Okay. Well, where to start today? We've talked already about the fact that leaders need to walk the talk and that they need to be exhibiting role model behaviours. However, I don't believe that goes far enough. I've been personally in the DEIB space for over 20 years, and whilst there has been a lot of progress made towards more inclusive workplaces and improving diversity, there always seems to be something that stalls. For example, the movement itself began with equality legislation, and companies put in place policies and procedures that satisfied the legislative requirements. And then they went out into the world and they sold a vision of this workplace that is welcoming to people from diverse and minority communities to come and join them. And then they promoted special events in-house and externally, like Pride and Black History Month. And then it was sort of like quietened down for a while. And then following significant world events, particularly the rise of Black Lives Matter movement, we saw a rush to invest in DEIB specialists. This growth phase is probably best characterized by leaders feeling like they needed to do something, but they weren't really sure what. They didn't really know or understand what success should look like. And then more recently, we've seen big companies slashing DEI budgets again. Companies like Amazon, Twitter, and Nike, or Nike, depending on how you see it. In fact, a 2022 survey conducted by expert HR found that only 2 in 5 businesses had a budget allocated for DEI initiatives. So, why is this happening? Well, of course, some of this will be attributed to the economy and a drive to save money, with many companies not seeing the value of prioritising DEI. Some companies perhaps were not seeing the results that they were expecting, if indeed they even knew what they were expecting. And I know some DEI leaders have written in social media about the fact that they withdrew because they didn't have the budget or the unswerving support from the C-suite, and they felt like they were set up to fail. So why aren't companies seeing the results that they expected, Sophie?
Wow, in a nutshell, they're not really taking the time to build the right culture. What we're talking about, building an inclusive culture. And until you have that basic block in place, until you have that culture, until you actually have your house in order, you'll never see the true potential of all of that diverse talent that you tried so hard to attract. And you're going to struggle to retain those people.
Yeah. I bet some of the people listening are now thinking, but yeah, that's all okay, but what do we actually need to do? So, Sophie, where do people need to focus to make a difference?
Okay, so it's simple. You've not been investing in your managers. So look to your learning development budget if you don't have a diversity, inclusion, belonging budget, because this is something that should be available to all people managers. Think about it. If every manager of every team understood the personal impact they have on how each team member turns up, learns, contributes, feels safe to challenge the status quo, then what would that impact be on engagement, on performance, on creativity, and on innovation? Yeah, I mean, don't forget, this is why we're at Belonging Base creating the memorable manager, to help companies and managers within companies to gain the skills required to create an outcome of inclusion and belonging. These outcomes, they're not and the skills that we're talking about here, they're not mysterious, siloed diversity, equality, and inclusion, belonging special skills. They're universal skills that all managers and supervisors can get into easily.
Yeah, you're right. So leaders, if you're watching this, what have you done to equip your managers with self-awareness around their impact on others? And what have you done to empower your managers to build that inclusive culture that you would aspire to? If you have been doing some great stuff that other companies can learn from, we'd really like to hear about it. So please do share it with us and others on this post. So Sophie, over to you.
Thanks, Danielle. Well, look, that's it for today. So join us next time. And in the meantime, if you want to find out more about us, then just visit our website, www.belongingbase.com. And if you want to know where that is, it's always along the bottom of the screen. And it's there now. So for now, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me. Bye.
You belong with me, and I belong with you. You belong with